Hi friends! Welcome back to Life with V. If this is your first time joining my channel, thank you so much. If not, welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving you a review of the Eiffel Tower Restaurant at the Paris in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am so excited to tell you guys my thoughts about everything. This is somewhere I've been wanting to go forever. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts on everything from the food, the restaurant, overall quality, just everything you guys want to know. So you have a quick second before we get started, if you could hit that subscribe button so you can get notifications of any more videos like this in the future. And let's get started. So the Eiffel Tower Restaurant is located in the Paris Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada at, surprise, the Eiffel Tower. When you're outside the casino and looking up, you can actually see the restaurant sitting 100 feet up from the strip. The Eiffel Tower is actually supposed to be built the same height as the one in Paris, but they were concerned about flight paths for the airport, so it was scaled down. However, if you've ever been to Vegas, it's still huge. So if you haven't been, you're still not going to be disappointed. Now, one question I had was, if you eat at the restaurant, can you go up to the observation deck that sits about 1 story higher than the restaurant? The answer to that is no. You still do have to buy a ticket to be able to go up there. So to get to the restaurant, you walk in the doors right by the leg of the Eiffel Tower. You head straight back and you'll see this red sign lighting up your way. And you'll just kind of round the corner from there. You'll find a hostess at the bottom of the elevator. We gave her our name, waited about 5 minutes, and then we just headed straight up. So you'll take the elevator up to the restaurant, and as soon as the doors open, you see the kitchen, and it's actually a really fun first look into the restaurant. You see lots of people bustling around, and you take a right, and you follow it around to the hostess. So when we made our reservation, we did some add-ons, and one of them was paying $30 to make sure we had a window seat. It was worth every penny. The view was spectacular, and when we paid for it with the reservation, I was honestly regretting it until we got there. The table was pushed up against the window, so we had the most beautiful view of the strip, and in particular the Bellagio water fountains. And unfortunately we were there for brunch, so the water fountains weren't running yet, but I would imagine if they were there in the evening, the view would have been even more worth it. Another add-on we had for brunch was a glass of champagne for when we got there. The champagne was delicious, but honestly I didn't look at the drink menu to know if there was any sort of discount for ordering ahead of time. It was $19 per person, but it definitely added to the atmosphere of the meal. So because of COVID, there is a prefix menu that's $49 per person for a 3-course meal. I got the prosciutto appetizer that has pickled mustard seeds, toasted bacon bread, cocktail onions, and figs. So I'm a sucker for anything that says prosciutto on it, but this was good stuff. It was nice and flavorful. It was nice and thick too, and hardly any fat on it, because sometimes you get kind of limp prosciutto, which isn't good. But you would combine it with many different variations of the other ingredients on the plate, and you got a completely different experience every time you bit into it. Jim got the butternut squash soup. It had spice cake croutons and creme fraiche in it. The flavor of the butternut on this was insane. It was so rich, flavorful, and just beyond creamy. That was just absolutely delicious to eat. For the main meal, I got the lobster eggs Benedict with Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm going to be honest, it was kind of lacking in salt and pepper. I think a hit of salt and pepper, it would have had a completely different experience for me. However, the lobster was well cooked. Poached eggs were spot on. We were actually talking about how well they were done. And the hollandaise sauce had great flavor to it. The potatoes had red pepper bits in them, which was a nice addition to the flavors of them. Jim got the French toast a la creme brulee, vanilla cream, and maple orange syrup. It was served with whipped cream and fresh berries, and that definitely helped to break up the richness of the French toast. It was pretty fluffy, it was really flavorful, and the maple orange syrup was just to die for. That was probably the best part of the whole thing. So before our dessert arrived, they brought us a small chocolate pot de creme, which if it had been on the menu for dessert and I had already tasted it, I would have ordered that. It was velvety smooth, excellent chocolate flavor without being over the top, and great consistency. They were super nice to write happy anniversary on our plate, but I noticed that everyone got one, so if it isn't a special occasion, don't panic, you're still getting something. And at last we got dessert. I ordered the French macarons, which came in chocolate, pistachio, raspberry, and lemon. I wasn't really a fan of the chocolate one. It just felt pretty overpowering, but the rest of them were great. The lemon one was amazing, and it was all I could do to not just shove the entire thing in my mouth. I was trying to savor it, but it was super, super good. Jim got the chocolate souffle with the chocolate ganache, and if you want an example of a perfect souffle, you need to try this one. Fluffy, amazing texture, balanced with delicious chocolate, and it was kind of kicked up a notch when you got some of that ganache on it. We were loving it so much that I heard the table next to us change their dessert order for it, so apparently we were big fans. And at the very end, they brought us a little plate that had some milk chocolates, a raspberry gelée, and a pistachio cake. That gelée was the best thing on that plate. Between the texture and the flavor, it was a complete win and a definite nice way to end the meal. So now it's time for my review of the Eiffel Tower restaurant overall. So as far as the restaurant goes, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought that the ambiance was just kind of cozy and romantic, but still kind of classy. And like I said, as far as the romance goes, I mean, what girl in their right mind does not think that the Eiffel Tower is romantic? Even if it is the one in Las Vegas, not the one in Paris, I still thought it was completely romantic, a beautiful place to have a meal together. And especially if you sit in the front and have the view of the Bellagio fountains, it just kicks it over the top. As far as the food goes, I kind of thought everything was just kind of lacking in salt and pepper. Like, if they had just given it an extra sprinkling or dash right before it came out, I think my review on it would have been completely different. Overall, I thought there was a great choice on the menu. There was lots of options that you could go through for a prefix menu. But like I said, everything just kind of needed a little bit more. So as far as the price goes, do I think it was worth it? I think it was a little overpriced. The problem is I have a lot of favorite brunch spots in Las Vegas that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And so for me, if I'm going to go there for brunch, I think it just needs to be over the top and worth the money. I think I'm paying for the Eiffel Tower experience. So that brings me to the final question, the most important question: would I go back? I don't know that I'd go back for brunch. I think if I came back for dinner, I would absolutely love it. I think that the view of the Bellagio fountains would be amazing, which is why it's completely worth it to pay for the window seating. That extra $30 that it was for brunch, I'm not sure if it's a little bit more for dinner, but it was completely worth it, added to the whole meal. So I think going forward, I'm gonna give dinner a try. But if you've never done this before and you maybe don't want to spend the money on the dinner, but you still want to do the overall experience, go for the brunch. You still have lots of options. Maybe you get something better than what I had and you can tell me what it was so I know what to get for the next time. So that's it, guys. If you liked this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment or a review. If you want to get notifications for more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. And like I said, as far as the comments, even better, leave me somewhere you want me to go. Do you want me to go try something specific? I would love to go give you my review on it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!